Make sure you listen to my daddy's podcast right now. Is it best show in the world?
That boy call me Mr. Phantasm, Mr. Bang him and tag him, Mr. I'm with that action, that kid that be spitting magic, Mr. I'm getting cabbage, Mr. the gifted package, imagine me spitting swiftly, Mr. the greatest rapper, I'm pissed that they made it back, I'm twisted this fade to black, and my wish list is a hit list of bitches I need to jack, my position is untraditional, niggas don't wanna scrap, I've been summoned to run the summer, these dummies don't know the facts, I'm Mr. I come from nothing, I'm missing your mother whack, cause I miss when your mother coming, she stumbled back on the crack, in the mix.
Yeah. This is episode number 12 of the Cards Face Up podcast. I am your host, Mr. Ty Hill, a.k.a. Mr. My Opinion Matters. That song that was just now playing was Outlandish by Gods. Today, I have two special guests. You feel me? My first guest is Miss Essence Nelson, community and parent advocate, someone who really enjoys empowering the youth and around the city. You know what I mean? Miss Essence, how you doing today?
I'm good.
Okay. My other special guest host today is the big homie, Big Burger, who's also done his fair share of empowerment around the city, right? How you doing today, brother?
What's going on, Ty? I'm good,
Ain't
brother.
nothing, man. I appreciate you two coming through today. You feel me? Cards Face Up podcast is one of those places where the fans, the listeners, I call them family, you feel me, can actually join in on the conversation. So I like to invite y'all here, and especially since we're dealing with the COVID restrictions, you feel me? I'm still quarantining. So we're doing this remotely. I hope all y'all, everybody out there is doing good. Everybody's living wonderful. Cards Face Up podcast is streamed everywhere. You feel me? On every platform that you can listen to podcasts, we are being streamed there. Different radio stations have us. Make sure you log in, listen to us. Shout out to wherever you're listening to us at. How was y'all week?
My week was good.
Man, my week was busy.
You had a busy week?
Yeah, so working for the school district, everybody went back virtually. Parents use technology. The kids is playing their parents. So kids are sitting there like, "Ma, I don't know how I do this." Oh wow, they do it every day in school. They know their login information. So parents calling me, blowing me up. So my week was busy.
I can imagine. I'm gonna touch right back on that situation. I'm gonna let Big Burger tell me how's your week been.
My week been pretty good, man. This first week of virtual learning, it's going by pretty good actually. My kids still, was on it from last year, so they doing pretty well with it so far. So my week's been all right.
Okay. So that's actually something I wanted to talk on. You feel me? In Maryland, Baltimore specifically, first week of virtual learning. So you guys saying that you're okay with it so far? Like, what are y'all thinking about it so far? Me, I'll go personally. I fucking hate it. I know it's got to be done. I know we have no other option. I fucking hate it. It's not the easiest. And like I agree with you, Essence. You feel me? The kids is definitely playing parents out here. You feel me? Parents is fucking playing us because they getting on the live, on the Zooms and shit. They loud as fuck, background loud as fuck. I know you know how to mute this motherfucker. Like, come on now. You got to know that we can't learn and hear your background TV. It's impossible.
Right.
You got kids doing cartwheels and shit. Teachers ain't paying no attention to the fucking kids at all. You feel me? I think that's been one of my complaints. And you feel me, coming from a background of teaching, like my listeners know, you got to fucking pay attention to the kids. Like, even though it's in a virtual world, you got the screen open that you can see everybody on it, right? You got to pay attention to the kids. When you see little Johnny straying off to do back with flips and cartwheels and shit, say something, because little Johnny is becoming a distraction to everybody. You can't just ignore little Johnny fucking doing gymnastics. I don't expect my 5-year-old to ignore that.
Right.
All right, this is my whole thing, right? Because this is where I get confused. Teachers are parents too. So you gotta remember that same teacher that's watching little Johnny also got her own 2 kids over here she gotta watch because she's still parenting and she's teaching. So what I try to do is give all the teachers a break. So I pop in and out classrooms and I kind of observe what's going on. Any kid, I make sure that any kid that's having any issues, I report that. Only because that way we can know what we need to do better from the administration side. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Lord Johnny doing cartwheels. All right, bet. Hold on 1 second. I'm emailing over everybody. Hey, Johnny Jones is doing cartwheels. This is what we need to do for Johnny. Let me call Johnny's mother and see what's really going on. I'm an advocate from that side because teachers is people too. So, like we were talking about going back to school, because parents are like, take the kids, take them back. I'm done. I can't handle it. Y'all do it. But then we got, you know, COVID is still a thing, you know. So I'm trying to let people know, let's make it a win for everybody. Say a teacher has a health condition, you want her to go back to school, but you don't feel like it. Let's make this a win. But I work for a real good school, so it's different for us.
Man, I fuck that. So I understand fully teachers have their kids too. I actually seen some teachers teaching their kids while they're doing the Zoom lessons for their other students. You feel me? That's fully understandable because just like the teachers have to understand, parents have jobs too.
Yeah.
Now, our number one priority has to be our kids, but that's one of those things that number one priority also is including the fact that my child got to eat, so I got to keep a fucking job and a roof over their head also. You
Yeah.
know, so I still have priorities beyond my children, which is providing, and in order to provide, a lot of us still have to go to work. So you know, nobody, and again, I ain't shitting on just teachers because I think it's all fucked up all the way around.
Yeah.
I don't want my child to go back to school though right now. I'm not with that at all. And if school was open, my child would probably be one of those children that we would, well, I'm not going to say probably, my child would for sure be one of those children getting homeschooling still because I'm just not comfortable yet. You feel me? I'm probably one of the few that feels like COVID is still fucking going on because the way people out this bitch partying is,
Yeah. Trust me, that's a whole nother other topic because I live with a 28-year-old. So the hard part was explaining to her that she lives with a 3-year-old. My son is 3. So I had to let her know, hey, you 28, you trying to live your best life. You want to be down Fells Point, you want to be here and there because they start opening up a little bit of the city. But then you want to come back home. Like we got, you know, we had to figure that out a little bit. But I keep it down in the basement. So this door right here, she don't come upstairs. It's all good. You get COVID, you stay your ass down there. We live up here and we keep it good.
She live downstairs?
Yeah, she
That's
downstairs.
how my shit.
Hey, listen.
That's how my shit be, man. My little cousin and shit, you know, he stays with me a lot of the times. When he goes with his friends, fuck that shit. I can't see you for 2 weeks, little homie. Love you to death, but I'm gonna love your ass from a distance.
Yo,
fuck that.
The
Because
crazy.
this shit ain't killing them. It's killing the older people anyway. Like it's literally one of those things, yo. You know, it's like the guy that goes out for the first time to have, or the girl that goes out for the first time to have sex, and she catches AIDS. Like what the? HIV. Like damn, she couldn't get some shit that she could get rid of, some gonorrhea. Meanwhile, this nigga's out here fucking every day, raw, no type of protection, and don't ever catch nothing. That's what's going on with COVID. It's like the niggas out here partying ain't catching shit.
Yo,
they asymptomatic.
I had cooked on a grill one day in July. So I'm like, you know what? My nephew, he's 26. I'm like, hey, nephew, come on over. We got some food on the grill. It's just us, a little household, small group of people. That was maybe, I say Saturday or Sunday. That Tuesday, I get a phone call from MD COVID. I'm like, hell no. Why is MD COVID calling me? Like, of all people. They're like, somebody that you was with recently tested positive. We can't say who it is. I call this nigga. I'm like, yo, you got COVID? Yeah. When the fuck was you gonna call? He said, I just found out. I had to tell him y'all names and this and that. I'm like, man, you know, I work with the meal sites. I'm out there giving food to people. So I'm like, then I gotta go get my shit. I'm like, bruh. But he had it. We didn't have it. Me, my husband, my son, nobody in my house had it. His parents didn't get it, but he had it. And his parents went in his room every day. Every day they went in his room, checked his temperature, gave him food and this and that. They never caught it. So it's kind of making me wonder, what kind of shit is this COVID where you could live with somebody and not get it, but if you at the bar with somebody.
Man, check me out. I don't put shit past the government. I'm one of those people, and you could call me a conspiracy theorist, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Do I think this shit is some man-made shit? You motherfucking right I do. Do I want to play with that shit? You motherfucking right, I don't. So, like, I ain't taking no risk. Like, niggas kill me with that. You still got to live your life. Nigga, I'm praying that I get to live a lot more motherfucking life after this shit is over. So, if I got to, it's niggas that come home from prison, I mean, long bits, and fucking succeed at life. Like, my nigga, if I got to stay in the fucking house for 6 months, a year, I'm okay if I get another fucking 40 or 50 out of it. But I ain't trying to fucking just, it's not worth it to me, you feel me? But that's neither here nor there. I know everybody's talking about COVID. Let's get into some of today's topic. Are y'all keeping up with the Sin and Joe Budden shit that's going on right now?
Oh.
Yeah. I just was listening to his podcast right before you sent me the link.
Yo, I fucked with Joey podcast. So it's crazy because I see that shit so many different views. Like, do y'all think they on some shit like bring the black man down? He's trying to, he's going at Spotify and all of those other, entities. Is it one of those things that everything's coming out right now because they trying to bring a black man down, like, brother? Or is it your comments really fucking just catching up to you at bad fucking timing?
I think that I don't think it's his karma catching up to him, because a lot of things that's has been brought against him, like alleged bro, said that he did or whatever, it hasn't been found to be true. Like he's never been legally convicted of any of those, physical altercations or sexual assaults or whatever the case may be. I think that he is really trying to do some smart business moves, not only for himself, but for the podcast future, for the up and comers, and the longevity, the longevity of things, and these people not really trying to let him in, that door. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not, like you say, he's not doing it for the money. And like I think he honestly wanna like, make sure it's a fair playing field for others involved, and they just not.
But it's a lot of killers out here that give turkeys back during Thanksgiving too.
That is true. Hey, Truck, that is definitely true. That's definitely true. But I don't know the man personally, but I've been following his podcast since like day one, and I really think he's trying to do some good shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of some fuckboy shit like what everybody think he's trying to do, or maybe his past has had him done these things in the past or whatever. But I just think he really trying to, be on some right business moves type shit to make sure, him and his team is good for longevity, and also for like he said, for the people that's coming up and our other podcasters. You know what I'm saying?
He's definitely doing it for the culture. You feel me? He's doing it for the culture, because factual statement is Joey already got the bag. You feel me? He already got to it. He know how and he created the lane. You feel me? Know whether niggas gonna give him the respect or not. What you think, Essence? Where you at with it?
All right, this my whole thing. So Tahiri, right? We didn't know nothing about Tahiri, for real, until she was with Joe Budden. They was doing a little YouTube joint back in the day, right?
Like 07, 08.
Then they split up, and now she's doing marriage boot camp with guys that she's not even dating. So her credibility is not there for me, right? And then Sin. The only time we heard about Sin is when she was messing with Erica Mena on Love and Hip Hop. So she not nobody. As long as Joe Budden was buying Tahiri everything she wanted and keeping her fresh and keeping her butt all massaged to keep it nice and plumpy, she was happy.
That's a nice butt.
It's nice. I ain't gonna lie. It's nice. I got eyes. You know what I'm saying? But, but as long as he was feeding her and keeping her happy, it was cool. When he wanted something in return is a problem. Same thing with Sin. As long as he was taking Sin out, literally the projects, her and her mom and her family, and putting them up in a mansion and keeping the money going, she was happy. As soon as he started saying no and putting his foot down and asking for a little bit more from her, it was a problem. Same thing with Spotify. As long as he was making them happy, making them money, making them 900 plus streams, they was happy.
Nigga dance.
As soon as he say no and he wants some type of ownership or he wants some type of respect from it, is a problem. I agree with him. I agree with Joe 100%. I would take it straight off of Spotify because it's other platforms and he's already got a name for himself. So it's not like he's starting from the bottom. He can put it on something else and be just as fine. But it seems to me like he's the type of guy that people want, but when he asks for something back is a problem.
I think Joey goes through the if anybody's a fan of the boy like I am, you feel me? He goes through being misunderstood because of his sensitivity. You feel me? Joey reacts a lot with his emotions. You feel me? But he'll be the first to say he's not fucking emotional. And it's like, nigga, you are. You're very emotional. You have a lot of female traits with that, with the way that you move. You feel me? Like I see Joey flattening tires and shit like that. But
yo, not to cut you off, right? But to that point that you just said, like, yeah, he has been known to be emotional and shown that he's very emotional with certain things, yo. But like, I think lately, like, as far as his Spotify, it's like when they first signed to Spotify 2 years ago, yeah, I think he's really been like put his emotions to the side and kept his business. You know what I'm saying?
He's been having a good.
Concerned.
He's got a good reflector team. You feel me?
Right.
It's what, four of them. It's him, Maul, it's Roy,
Parks,
and it's the other guy that Parks. Yeah,
Yeah.
so them, man, he's got a good reflector team. Like, hey, when you're going too far, they catch him, kind of throw it in there without making it noticeable, and they're his real fucking friends. So they already know he got a lot of tendencies that will fuck up. You feel me? Do I think? I don't think it's for us to judge without actual proof, as far as if it's true or not. I do understand Mo. You feel me? Nigga, it's not the first person, it's not the second person, it's not the third person that has accused you of abuse. So although I do agree that, you feel me, he's doing something wonderful for the podcast, you feel me, just like other motherfuckers have, but for the black community, strictly for, you know, and I know it ain't a race thing with this, you feel me, but he kept throwing out the Joe Rogan situation versus his situation, and it is a difference no matter if niggas want to accept it or not. They're two different fucking Joes, and they're two different fan bases, and they're getting treated two different ways. But what I can say is, do I believe that Joey may have made mistakes in his life? Fucking yeah. I think some of that shit is coming to bite him in his ass. Now, do I think it might be a price tag behind those bites? It might be something, man. I think it's either that or very, very fucking bad timing, because it's coming at a time that you kind of need your jacket to be clean. And I think he's doing it in a gracefully way. Like, he's carrying it, because I would have got on there. Bitch, I ain't never touched you, you lying bitch. Like, she would have been every bitch in the world, man. Fuck you, the baby, I would have went off. Like, it would have been, as you see why I like Joe Buttons, I'm emotional as shit too. So everybody would have been fuck everybody. But what I can say is, Sin's the hardest one to fucking follow, because my nigga, it started with a child support, and it's going into, like, literally, you wrote this shit inside of a child support thing. Like, it was three things. Like, he kissed his child on the mouth. It was like kiss his child with an open mouth. You jerk off a Doug, and it was kiss his child on the mouth, jerk off a Doug, and you abused her. And it was like, yo, all right, if none of this is true, how the fuck do we get past this? We can never be cool again. Bitch, you are the enemy. If you just lied about those three things, like, you made me seem like I'm molesting my child, which is one of the worst things you could do for me. I'd rather you say I killed the nigga and put him in the fucking basement.
Right.
You feel me?
But
so
I'm sorry, didn't he say that the chick Rocky was telling her to write that though for the lawyers?
Don't matter, my nigga. Love is
but you
love.
But you gotta think, Sin is she's a younger female. You know what I'm saying? So
that was
26
now, 27.
Yeah. So this way, it's been like she was like 25, whatever, right? Joe's 40 now. Like, yo, I'm 35, right? My girl 29, and like certain things that she do, I just gotta remember, like, yo, even though she's not that much younger than me, like, she's still a younger female, and some
we give a
younger
lot of passes
females,
off age.
Yeah, but some
Man,
younger
wrong
people
is wrong.
are very
if you ain't
impressionable.
At 25, if you don't know, you shouldn't fucking be lying on me to that extent. We got a problem. But fuck it, at 21, if you don't know to fucking not lie on me, like those where she took it at are
if you're
my nigga,
25, no, don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely got a problem with it. But if you're 25 don't really have nothing going on for yourself, and has a man, basically this man, your child's father, is like, you know, the breadwinner or the one that's, you know, trying to put you on. If you're gonna try to say and do whatever to get as much as you can from him until you figure out yourself to get on your feet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because really, what does Sin do? Like she's trying to start a music career, but
Yeah, she said Rocky was her manager, right?
Right, yeah. So, but like, she got a little Fashion Nova deal. Like, how much is that really generating? You know what I'm saying?
But see,
yeah, but I still go ahead.
Oh, everything that you just said is my whole problem with Sin. So Sin was never anything. She was a girl from the projects. She hooked up with Erica Mena because Erica Mena needed a reason to stay on this show.
On the show.
Right.
Until she got her next bag, when she bagged Safari. So that was a come up. But you gotta think it, and that's what I have a problem. I have a problem with men. So I'm gonna talk to y'all for a second. I have a problem with men who date so far beneath them that it make women like me look bad. Because I would never in my life lie, period. I would never make my child's father sound like a molester or bestiality, whatever the fuck she was saying. I would never do those things because those things jeopardize my character. Because now I'm messing with a guy that jerks off animals. Like, what that say about
Yeah.
me?
Right.
Like, when I look at Joe Budden, like, he could have gotten any girl, but he keeps dating girls that he know he can date easily because he has that control over them. You have nothing, I got a little bit of money. Come with me, you'll get some publicity, you'll get on a couple TV shows. Like, that's my problem with the girls that he's dating. Like, he can date up. Like, he's handsome. He can step it up a little bit.
I don't think his maturity levels is there for a woman his age. That's why I think he dates
I
down.
agree. The maturity is definitely an issue, but his intelligence, you feel me, intellectually, he's a scholar. You feel me?
Right.
But maturity level, he does some crazy shit. But again, like you said, baby, I do agree, yo. The recent podcast, his new shit, the shit that he's running now, he's a different Joe. I'm seeing a whole different Joe. I'm seeing he's growing up. And I feel like he took this gracefully as far as with her. Even when he made his statement about how he felt, she basically ain't addressed shit that I needed her to address. Like, all right, bitch, you got on there. You said this, that, another. You love me. You still ain't negate the fact that you said that I did this shit. All right, so we could say that it's because of child support, and me being a nigga that went through a child support battle, I've seen it all. I've seen the cruddiest. I've seen shit inside of a courtroom with child support battle myself, personally, that had me sitting there crying to the point the judge said, sir, you got to calm down. I'm looking at the judge like, bitch, do you understand what's going on right now? Like, nigga, that you're killing, my character is being murdered right now. Like, this is nothing. You're painting a whole fucking picture of me. That's why I said, like, with him being able to control that shows a lot of growth in who Joey is, because the old Joey would have had a song out about this and less about
Joey would have
right.
Yeah, it would have been about a 15-minute song and shit. So that shit is what I will say, what I don't want to see is I'm seeing a lot of fake ass, fugazi ass podcast people trying to jump on the bandwagon of let's assassinate his character shit. You know, just for the streams and shit like that, my nigga. What everybody has to realize, yo, it's always been one of those things that I used to preach to homies and shit like that. Like, yo, I'm fucking this chick, right? Why you gotta use my name to get the pussy? Like, yo, you wanna fuck her? Just go get the pussy. Like, literally act like you don't know me and you have a better chance. Don't throw salt on my name and shit so I can't never get the pussy again. Like, and that's how the podcast game is. Like, you feel me? Speaking of a nigga, for say, what's the nigga that shot the other man that they said was snitching and shit? Taxstone. What's Taxstone?
Yeah.
What's the nigga that Taxstone in jail for?
Troy Ave. Troy Ave got a podcast, and I'm like, you feel me? Like, I listened to it for the first time today, my nigga. It was a fucking hour episode about Joe Budden. I'm like, nigga, like, damn, he on your mind that fast. But not even just an hour episode of giving us information about Joe. It was an hour episode about let's assassinate everything about him. Troy Ave wanted to say they got their reasons, this, that, and other. My nigga, y'all need to fight. Right.
If you got a reason to fucking talk about a nigga for an hour negatively, like, go fight him. Y'all need to fight. Like, it's not, the earth ain't that big. Go find a nigga. Like, he literally in Jersey. I'm a broke nigga. I know where the fuck he at.
They about to say they both like near each other.
Man, that shit was foolish, man. Them niggas go a bridge apart, man. So that shit, what's the name, man? What I'm gonna say, whether it's true or false, my opinion is it's coming at a fucked up time, but I love what Joe is doing as far as the podcast shit. But this shit gonna keep unraveling, and we gonna keep seeing shit. So,
Hey, real quick, Ty, before you leave the subject, real quick. Like, yo, they tried to do the same thing with Charlamagne too when he was trying to get the HBO deal.
Yeah.
You see, mad things from his past came up once he got to try to get the HBO deal.
Charlamagne
But
that's a different nigga though.
yeah, I'm
I don't
saying
know
it's
what side.
different.
I don't know what side he be with. Like I know Joe is
It's
with.
definitely different.
I know Joe shooting for the niggas. You feel me? Like call it ignorant, call it what it is. You feel me?
No, I was just
that nigga
saying that
shooting
to
for the
say.
niggas.
Yeah, I was saying that to say because Joe Button, like I don't know if you listened to his podcast today, but he kind of implicated like the reason the reason why this little smear campaign is coming on is because of Charlamagne. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of crazy that Charlamagne would do this. I like Charlamagne a lot, but it's like lately, I haven't been really feeling Charlamagne and his co-host Andrew Schwartz on the Brilliant Idiots. Like they kind of been on some like dissing Joe type shit, but want to call him, a friend. I'm like, yo, like I'm like you got me saying like I don't know whose side that nigga on no more.
Charlamagne has been one of those people that just he says his opinion and people take it for gold sometimes, and I be looking like I don't know, I don't fucking understand it sometimes. Like in when you breaking down podcasts or even just this lane of entertainment, Charlamagne has made his mark.
Mm-hmm.
Point fucking blank. Like the nigga, he's doing some big shit and he's behind a lot of niggas getting on. You feel me? But certain shit, man, people say they confuse honesty with a bullshit opinion, or he's just brutally honest. No, he's brutally an asshole. Like it's totally different. Like it's one thing you really feel, nigga, you're brutally an asshole. You're saying what you want a reaction for. You feel me? Like you're trying to get a reaction out of me. It's like the nigga that wants you to punch him in his mouth because police right there. Like, nigga, you're trying to send me to jail. You don't have to say it. I can see the fucking trap. Like, nigga, I'm gonna punch you because you said the shit. I go to jail, you win. Like, and sometimes with Joe, that shit is what's the name? I like how they had their little battle, their feud. I like the way they did it. I wish Charlamagne talked more back and forth. They need to get on some shit. Let Nori host that shit. Let Nori host them two going back and forth, a debate battle. Sort of, kind of, because they're both intelligent brothers. You feel me? They both intelligent brothers. They have whether I agree with what their plot is or what they're trying to go with it is, they have a platform to do that shit. Do it, man. Crash collide. Let's make money. That's how I look at it. Right. But I got a question because I brought y'all two on here for a real specific reason. And although Cards Face Up, we just like to interact with our listening family. I also pay very attention to what people do, and I was talking to a little homie the other day, you feel me? He's about 17, 18 years old right now, right? And I was in Brooklyn, Maryland, and I said, what's up, yo? I ain't seen him in a while. I jumped out of the truck, COVID and everything going on, gave the nigga dap, hug, all that shit, you feel me? He like, hey, Mr. Hill, I just now came home, you feel me? How you been? I ain't seen you, this, that, and another, XYZ. I said, word. You just came home? He said, yeah, man, got caught up in some, you know how it is, Mr. Hill. I said, yeah, I could dig it. But I taught him as an 8th grader, and he was a straight A student in all his classes. So I want to ask you two, you feel me? Me and Essence was talking the other night, and Essence said, basically, you've never really did too much negativity in your community, right?
That's what I said.
All right, so, and Berger, you're probably considered opposite, right? You've done negative in your community?
Yeah. I've done negative and positive, but definitely I would say more negative things.
Okay,
but
and I think
later on in life is more positive.
Right, and I know that for a fact also. I fall somewhere within the spectrum like with you, Berger. I've done negative, I've done positive. I fucked up a lot of shit and then tried to fix it back, I've done those things. So I wanted to ask y'all, what years do you think are the most informative in a child's life? Like in an urban community. Let's take out all communities, because although people want to act like we're equally created, reality, I had a friend, damn, I be wanting to go on to shit. I got so many fucking shit I got. But I had a homeboy the other day. Don't lose track of what we talking about. I had a homeboy the other day was talking about, yo, don't put your hands on y'all kids. I don't look at, you shouldn't be hitting your child, this, that, and another. I'm like, nigga, you grew up in Colombia, my nigga. Like, it's a total, you're raising a different fucking child. Like, no matter, and I'm not knocking you for being able to give your child that. Because that's reality. We all want to give our children the best thing. Some of us stay inside these communities because we love these communities. Some of us stay because we have to. But understanding these communities in the urban community versus a child growing up in the suburbs, nigga, they're two different fucking children. Like, you can say what you want. Essence, I like the fact that you didn't agree with that, but I think they're totally different children. But what's the most informative years you think for a child growing up in the urban community?
All right. So the reason why I said I disagree with what you just said is because although when they walk outside the house is different, we don't know what's going on inside that house. So I have friends who grew up in Timonium, Columbia, various areas like that, but they grew up with drug addict parents. So they had the same shit going on inside the house. The difference is their parents used their Section 8 wisely, and instead of moving to McCullough Homes on Section 8, they moved to a better district, but it's still the same bullshit. So, and that's all case by case. Like, I actually know more white people who get high off of worse shit than what we do. But, you know, like I said, it's all case by case. But to answer your question, I think the most influential years of that is that middle school gap. Because middle school, what's that, maybe 11 to 14-esque? Mm-hmm. And in middle school, children don't know who they are. They don't know who you are as a parent, as a teacher, as a mentor, as a friend. They don't get it. And middle school is when you're trying to fit in. So in elementary school, everybody kind of fits in. You all kind of wear the same things. You're kind of the same size. You eat together. You follow your class around. In middle school, you get freedom. So in middle school, instead of the teacher kind of escorting you through the class, you got to get yourself there. So it's like, damn, where do I go? Who do I go with? And then you have the kids that go to the right because they the cool kids. And you got the ones that go to the left. And they, you know, they the little bookworms. They got their books tucked like, they walk with their books like this. It's real funny because they're still little. And then you got the other ones.
Books big as shit.
Yeah. You can tell that they trying to figure it out. So I think middle school would be the most influential time. The downside from what I experience in urban communities, by middle school, the parents need a break. And this is why I advocate for after school programs, summer camp, and all that stuff. If you've been parenting for 10 years, you tired. You done been through baby mamas, baby daddies, this, that, and the third. You probably done lost a parent, lost a close friend. You know, like shit happens in 10 years. By the time your child is 11, 12, you're thinking, hey, you can wake yourself up so I can sleep in. You can get yourself home from school so I can work overtime. But the reality is that child needs you more at that time. They need mommy and daddy to be home when they come in. They need mommy and daddy to tell them, take your bath, eat your vegetables. That's when they really need that reinforcement, because if you're not there, that child is going to the corner store. They're going to watch a couple people sell some drugs. And they start thinking, damn, they getting money. I want some money. No, I don't want to sell drugs, but I do need some money. Like, they start really putting shit together where they can start really putting things together where they see the girls, oh, she got a boyfriend and he all over her. I want some love. I wish somebody was all over me. Then they start changing how they dress and show themselves so that they can get that attention that they really want. And that happens at the, 5th, 6th grade up into 8th grade. By 9th grade, if the parent isn't there, like really involved and invested, the kid starts to find a route. So if it's a little girl and boys make her feel good, because we all like to be hugged up on, we all like that attention. And if you get anything at home and this little boy is, touching you, grabbing, you start to feel good. By 9th grade, you want to feel some more good. By 10th grade, you fucking, like, you just, all right, well, fine, get right to it, and that's how we get those 11th grade pregnant and so on and so forth. But, just like I said, to answer your question, I think it's that middle school pocket is where you really start to see that is another world out there.
Okay. Berger, what you think? What years are the most informative in a child's life growing up in the urban community?
I used to think it was middle school years, like Essence said, between 11, 14ish. But as I used to recently, a few years ago, worked in elementary, middle school in the Cherry Hill area, and as a behavior therapist. And like nowadays, yo, I've seen a lot of kids in third, fourth, fifth grade, like doing some real grown up stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you know, and that I don't know if it's just I don't want to say it's just in that area because I don't believe that. Speaking about Cherry Hill, whatever. But like I was honestly like amazed and confused at the same time. Like I have a lot of knowledge with weapons, right? A lot to you not. So I was a kid in fourth grade. He was building guns out of blocks, and they used to have me come in there and sit with him. And I had one day I had just asked him like how do you know about this? How you know so knowledge? Like he had a lot of knowledge about guns, right? And he was like he should have told me like my father. He like, yeah, my father got the 25 on his dresser every day. He got the AK. I don't know if he lying or telling the truth, but that's what he told me in the fourth grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't tell him about none of my knowledge, about firearms because that's very inappropriate to do in a school setting, especially with a kid. But I was just like listening to him, like, he was breaking down an AK to me, like on his blocks, telling me what each part was. Like I'm just listening, like, wow, this is sad, but I'm fucking amazed at the same time. So I and like Esther said, also like you never know, you just never know what's going on inside the home. I have my kids raised in the urban neighborhood, but I've never spanked my kids ever. I have a 13-year-old son, a 12-year-old daughter, and a 5-year-old son. I don't think I've ever hit them. You know what I'm saying? And they've done some things where you like they probably should have deserved to get hit, but I think just talking to them like not as their friend, but as a parent, as an authority figure, but at the same time letting like, look, this is you fucking up. I will beat your ass, but I don't think you need your ass whooped. I don't think that's the answer to everything. When I was younger, I used to get my ass whipped. So one day I'm like, bro, I'm too big to be getting my ass whipped. Like, mom, you don't keep beating me. You know what I'm saying? I'm in middle school, like, man, fuck this shit. Like, I'm not about to let you keep beating me. Like, fuck, you got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't know. It just all depends on what's going on inside the home for real. To be honest, a school sound like you do try to fit in school and try to figure yourself out and want to be down with cool kids. If that's your personality. But like my daughter, she goes to a girls school, and I think she's fairly popular, but she know like I had to tell her, her mother had to explain to her like, look, you might be around these girls. If these girls get in trouble, you getting in trouble too. I don't give a fuck if you didn't do it or not. If you know they fucking up, why would you be around there? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So after that, she started to realize like, we're not playing with you. I don't care if you did it or not. If we get a phone call say you were around these group of girls or whatever the case may be, yeah, you're getting in trouble too. So to avoid getting in trouble, stay the fuck away from them. And that's what that's what she's been doing. So that works. My 13-year-old son, he stayed to himself for real. He a gamer. He into the females and all that. But he hasn't been in trouble in school yet so far. Thank the Lord.
That's good. It
Wow.
sounds like you're a good parent,
Everything.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, try, just try. My daily goal and motivation is to be a better parent than what I had. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a
Kudos.
father.
That's
Like
what
my
it's
father.
supposed to be.
Yeah, like my father always like been around, but I don't know that nigga for real. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'm
That's
35.
a
I don't know that. I don't know who he is. I know some things about him. He knows some things about me, but he can't tell you my favorite anything. You know what I'm
we
saying?
actually we actually spoke on that on one of the other episodes. You feel me? And I was speaking about just niggas providing versus actually being a part of their family life. You feel me?
Right.
And I was speaking, I think the funniest shit I said was, you got grandfathers in pictures and shit holding the baby like this and shit. Baby head all the way down here and shit. Oh yeah, for y'all to know, we are now officially being streamed video wise, so y'all can watch us just for y'all wondering, nigga, we can't see you. You can see us now. Go to our YouTube page called Space Up. But anyway, holding the baby head all the way down here in the picture and shit, you feel me? he don't know how to hold a fucking baby. You feel me? It just doesn't. He don't know none of the kids. So he keep calling them wrong names. Jeffrey, John, motherfucker, come here. You feel me? Because he been working so hard. You feel me? And it's not to knock him, but it's just the difference of, you know, where shit is at. So I'm gonna say what I feel as far as the most informative year. My opinion, and kudos to both of y'all. Y'all both seem like excellent parents. You feel me? And I know y'all outside of here. Kudos to y'all. But I think the most informative years, I'm gonna have to go with what Essence said, middle school. And I say it for a reason. I worked as a middle school teacher in Cherry Hill also. You feel me? So, and granted, you know, I'm an East Baltimore type nigga, and anybody that's listening locally, East Baltimore versus Cherry Hill, we were never really allowed, and I'm not gonna say allowed. It just wasn't a place to. Yeah, it wasn't a place to fucking go. That was their hood. That was, you feel me? Like you could stray east to west and shit, but Cherry Hill was like no man's land type shit. They had their own little circle.
Closest to Cherry Hill you go is the docks.
Exactly. So I got out there when I first got out there. You feel me? And I taught out there I think 3 or 4 years. You feel me? That's my first teaching job. And I fell in love with it. I mean, to the point like after the first couple months out there, I'm walking through the hood by myself, late nights and shit, fucking with my students. All like I'm coming through. They call me, I'm coming. And to this day, I'm still coming. The little child I was talking to, I told you was in Brooklyn, but met him in Cherry Hill. You feel me? Like I love this hood and I love their area because I love the people within it. You feel me? And I had a tremendous amount of love for that community, to the point that when I got moved because of funding issues with the school, I got moved into a more suburban area. And still wasn't a great area, you feel me? But it was way better than Cherry Hill. It was actually the area I was fucking living in, which made it 3 minutes away from my house, literally. So every morning I had to get up and go 3 minutes away from my house. I could have ran and it would have took me 8 minutes. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it was the perfect job. That's when I lost hope in teaching. It's like, yo, I'm not reaching what I want to reach no more. Like when I was fucking with the hood, I was reaching. Like I felt like, yo, I am doing my part. Mr. Has fucked up communities is actually doing a part to restore the communities. Like even though this is not my hood, like I felt like I was doing that. So I taught middle school. When I say those years are so informative because, like you said, you don't know who the fuck you are. You don't know who you are. Like and under 5th grade, although you might have seen some shit and did a couple little things, you kind of living vicariously through others that have told you stories. But at that age, you're still too young to go on certain trips. You feel me? Nigga ain't taking you out on the block. I might let you look at some shit. I'm not doing too much with you. You dig what I'm saying? So, and I could still influence you with children's shit. I could still influence you with cartoons and things of that sort. I could change your mind and make your attention leave what you're thinking about, whatever it was, streets, whatever it is, at a younger age. But middle school, yo, they were kind of already in there. Man, I know I want to do this, and they really need somebody that's gonna give them what they need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think those years between 6th and 8th are so informative. Teaching them what they need to know, letting them know. One of the biggest things that people don't realize, one of the biggest things in life is knowing that somebody cares about you. And those are the ages that, you know, because so many people care about the younger youth.
Yep.
Once it sounds crazy because I know a lot of young people also have problems with nobody caring and stuff. But once you get into middle school, it's like you're on your own. Like, hey, you can wake yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Like you're giving them that freedom that you think that you're giving them because they're growing up is becoming the same freedom that's biting you in the ass because they have too much freedom. They weren't ready for that, and they feel like you're letting go, and they don't fucking know what to do. So they're spending it with the wrong time. You feel me? And the reason why I say with Essence, when you said you disagreed with what I was saying as far as the community, I understand. Look, they say right now the amount of abusive homes right now due to COVID is like fucked up because now people got to be inside the house. Now you with that abusive figure. I don't knock that drugs exist everywhere in every community, but understand this: I leave out the house at 7:30 in the morning to go to school. Right? My name is Billy Jenkins. I leave out at 7:30 in the morning. I live in a suburban neighborhood. My father's been freebasing all night.
Mm.
My mother is high off of every pill within inside the medicine cabinet, right?
Mm.
But I'm leaving at 7:30 that morning, right?
Mm.
I don't got to see this shit again till 4 o'clock when I return back home. The average urban person growing up inside urban communities, so they got to see this shit. They leaving out the house. And then they got to see it on their walk to school. They got to see it on their bus. They got to see it when they get to school. They got to hear the stories from their friends who's also doing it.
Right.
They look out that window of their school, they're still seeing it. Come on now, just think about these windows y'all looking out at school. You feel me? For the ones that inside the urban community, half of them bitches is, well, we got a lot of new schools now, but half of them bitches was that stained glass that you couldn't see out of any motherfucking way. So when the teacher finally opened it up a little bit, you look out that little crack. All you see is negativity.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying everybody road is not has a little bit of things in the way on the path to make it hard to get through. But what I will say, those urban communities got a lot of fucking bumps in the road. You feel me? Like it's a whole different thing. Like I'm seeing that shit totally. Like, you know, it's different, man. It's, you know, Lil Johnny has not to keep saying Lil Johnny like it's just some Caucasian type child, because Lil Johnny is black. Stop hating on the fucking name. Stop judging him by his name. Anyway, Johnny is. What's his name?
Lil DeMonte. So we know the black one from Lil Ben.
All right. Lil DeMonte lives in a suburb neighborhood, right? He gets home, his mother's free base, and whatever the fuck is going on, the house is just fucked up. Guess what Lil DeMonte is doing? He could go inside his bedroom and he's about to lock the door and he's just staying away.
Right. I get you.
Yo, Lil Ra-Ra, he gonna lock his door. He got 8 niggas in that bitch that look like me and Burger. We violent up. We doing all types of ignorant ass shit inside his. We telling him to shut the fuck up. We on his game. You like shit is the situation. The situation is a lot more fucked up. But as far as the informative years, I definitely think between 6th and 8th. And I say that again because we came. I mean, when I spoke to this young man, you feel me? The one thing I noticed about him was the color that he was wearing. And it was so prominent in his outfit. I said, yo, why you got all that on? I won't say what color it was. I said, why you got all that on? I said, oh, man, I'm representing my game. You already know what it is. This, that, and another. No, I don't. Because I didn't know you was in the fucking game. You feel me? So I wanted to bring Burger on because we've had a conversation. And again, I never make my guests talk about anything that they're not willing to talk about. So me and Burger had a conversation. He was willing because that's his give back to the community, is willing to tell his story as honest as possible, right? Burger, you were actually a former gang member, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what age did you join that gang?
I was 18. Yeah, I was 18, but I was around it when I was younger. You know, like 14. I think since I was like 14 years old. But I made the decision to join when I was 18, because at that time, like, it was presented. See, the people that I was under, some guys from my Park Heights, they were older guys, you know? So it was brought to me on some like, yo, we're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to get this money. But we are about doing things kind of the right way. Like, we ain't on no dumb shit unless dumb shit come our way, basically. You know? So it was never like, I was never like on the block fucking, you know what I'm saying, selling drugs on the block type shit. Like, I was selling drugs, but niggas ain't see me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too big to be outside. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you nigga, if you ain't doing shit to a certain capacity, then you won't see me. You know? That's just how, you know, how it was with me. But like, as far as the gang shit is concerned, though, like it was like a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, it was like, And I ain't gonna lie, it was like kind of like a false sense of security also. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up. I
Was
told
it
you
false?
my father.
Was it false?
It got to be false because I later found out that some people are all about themselves, and they might call you bro and family and all this other shit, but some people have hidden agendas that only benefits them in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Which
Right. So
which later on down the line is the reason why I stopped fucking with it and had to do what I had to do to get out of that and away from that, because like, yo, niggas just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Especially in Baltimore, you know, like the gang culture in Baltimore, phony as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas ratting on each other, fucking lying on each other. And like, man, you do something together, we both get jammed up. I don't see nothing, but you go ahead and, you know, say whatever so you can get less time. Like, that's not how shit's supposed to go. You know?
well, the rules of the streets haven't been written in a long while. No one has mentioned the streets. You know, it's kind of those things of I love sex quotes. I love sex quotes. So let's do a sex quote. It's one of those things of, y'all put me in a house with Rashika. I done fuck Rashika raw. And when I came out, y'all like, you fucking raw. Everybody know not to fuck Rashika raw. Like, nigga, no, I didn't fucking know not to fuck Rashika raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is not me. But you know, that's how the streets have been looked upon now. It's like you expect niggas to know certain rules, certain codes, and codes aren't being passed down to generation. The game, you know, that's what it used to be. You know, nigga gave you the game. They handed you the game. That shit was like a book. You feel me? But it was basically the rules. Niggas aren't handing them the game because niggas are absent. How the fucking a nigga handing you the game to the next generation when a nigga's absent? He's locked up, he's dead, or he just fucking disappeared.
Exactly.
And these are the things that's what's missing. So, you know, I love when you spoke on brotherhood. And again, I'm never supporting negativity. You feel me? So I'm not out here saying all righteous to gangs and shit like that. Don't want y'all to think that. But essence, I wanted to know what did you think about, like, what do you see from gangs? Like this young man, you know, 17 years old, told me he's in a gang. What do you see from gangs? When you hear gang, what do you think?
So when I hear gang, I honestly think about red and blues in the middle of the street. But I understand going to the streets for a connection that you didn't get at home. I understand that 100%. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but I do get it. So I understand joining, because you got to think, if you out in this world by yourself, there's no form of protection, period, right? So you like, damn, these niggas cool. I'm gonna roll with the niggas. At least I know I'm with somebody until I get to my next stop. And I feel like that's what you're saying. Like, you was with them until you realized this one for me, and that was your next stop. Now you're doing some other shit. Like, I'm cool with that. But I don't think of gangs as negative. I don't think of drug dealers as negative. I don't think drug users are negative. It's all a result of whatever the fuck is going on inside of you. So some people are lonely.
Thug life.
Whatever it is, like, and, you know, sometimes you need somebody. Like, I'm an only child, and I like being by myself. Like, I'm good by myself. I can watch TV. I take myself to dinner. Like, I'm good. My best friend is an only child, and she needs people. Anybody, as long as you're a warm body and you'll be in her space, she good with that. And we both only children, but we opposite.
You make her seem bad though, like that warm body next to her.
Look,
well,
she promiscuous out here.
No, I'm not. No, not this.
That's also.
First of all, I'm gonna show her this on YouTube, and I'm gonna let her comment. And then if I call her right now, if I call right now and I tell her that I made this statement, she's not shocked. Like, I don't say nothing that I wouldn't say in front of you.
Well, that's also what's the name though? That leads back to them informative years. You know, and I tell people certain things, you feel me? My mom passed away when I was 13 years old. You know, and anybody that knows my past history before the grown-up Ty Hill, the Ty Gutter years, I was a hoe. It's just what it is. You feel me? We call it what you want. I could blame it on what it is. I mean, I could say it and you could say that it's not really, that's just an excuse. No, I fucking fiend for comfort from a woman. I didn't give a fuck how short it was, how long it was. I just fiend for comfort from a woman, but that's because I missed those informative years. So although I say she passed away at 13, she had became absentee prior to that. So those were those informative years where, yo, I didn't get woman love. You feel me? And I always had a pop that was there. You feel me? And a stepmom that was there. I had aunts and shit like that. But a mother love is different. I mean, I don't know. It's the title, the connection from the womb, whatever it is. You feel me? It just comes with a different set of connection. You feel me? And I missed that. So I tried to fill that fucking void. I asked y'all the questions about, you know, gangs and what y'all feel about it. For the simple fact, because Burger, ex-gang member, you feel me? You, not an ex-gang member.
We're close.
just realizing, you know, everybody looks at it as so negative. And it clicked in my head as I'm talking to them. I say, this is why they fuck with me. I say, the kids fuck with me because now I want to read your mind. I want to know what's going on. I say, little nigga, what the fuck you mean? Like, why? No, I don't know what the fuck is up. Tell me what's up. Oh, man, Mr. Hill, shit rough out here, man. You feel me? He say, if you ain't got nobody on your side, who the fuck gonna rock with you?
You gotta have somebody.
And at the end of the day, I said, damn, you right, my nigga. I understand what you mean. I'm not saying you right by the choice you made to join a gang, because I think you could do it by yourself. But you're right by pointing out Mr. Hill's flaw. Where the fuck was I at? And I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I wanted to do this whole episode about, is filling the void within those years that we feel are informative, to help them through those years, that they don't feel as though they have to get those attention or that attention through places that's not really their form. You feel me? Those places that Burger went, that he had to realize, yeah, this isn't for me. These niggas ain't acting like I act. These niggas ain't moving like I move. You feel me? Because a lot of times, yo, and I've been watching Cobra Kai. I don't know if y'all watching that shit. Cobra Kai was just like the new what the fuck is this show? Karate Kid. And it was the other side of the story. You know, and these kids was, as we was growing up in the 80s, we were taught that the Cobra Kai was bad and Mr. Miyagi and them was good, right? Berg, you on mute too, homie. But we was taught that the bad kids were the Cobra kids, and the good kids was the Mr. Miyagi. But just listen to these kids talk about, hey, I just wanted protection. You know, I just wanted to feel like I was a part of something. I just wanted to feel like I was accepted, things of that sort. You know, those informative years are filled with so many feelings and so many emotions that we really don't understand. All we can do is adapt to people that have those same feelings. And we all had it, you feel me, whether you the cool friend or not. We all have that nigga that's our same age, and you're like, wow, he's so mature.
Right.
As a kid, you're like, wow, he's just so above me. Like, you know, and you wanna have that maturity. So you follow them. I've never joined the gang myself per se. Because I've always been one of those, I'm an ignorant ass person. I wanted to join the army. I wanted to do all that shit. ROTC. My attitude is too fucked up, and you're gonna kill me. You're gonna put me in some hole in Vietnam, some fucking where, like, like, because my
military
attitude
probably would have been perfect for you.
Nah,
it's just, man. Me and my look, I think having a pops that actually was there, it puts a certain thing inside my life. But I look at things that I do and how I move throughout life, and I see it's from him. You feel me? I remember my father taking kids to fucking Father and Sunday. That wasn't his kid, you know, just to make him feel good. And me and him have never spoke about this to this day, but I don't know if he realized the give back that he did at that time. You know, because again, those were informative years. So that nigga needed you.
I wanna tell a story real quick. Actually, I got a couple stories. I'm gonna just tell one though. So you remember the kid Dante Harris that ran over the white cop out per the hall? So
that's my damn cousin.
Oh, that's your cousin?
Yep.
Oh, you are from Park High. You know who? You know his mother or his father?
His father.
Oh, all right. Oh, all right.
His father is my first cousin.
What?
So I actually I know his mother. So I used to work in Sandtown. So I know his mother from down there, down Gilmore Homes or whatever. And so she was telling me the whole story. And so I'm reading the story in the news. I'm listening to the mother tell me the story, this, that, and other things I know. But the whole point of this, that kid ended up in that situation because he didn't have a mentor to call.
Mm-hmm.
So long story short, you know what I mean? He's on house arrest, this, that, and the third. He on that particular day, he honestly and truly didn't want to be in the house by himself. He didn't have one of us that he could have called and said, Miss Essence, I'm in the house by myself. My mother went to work and I'm just home. What can I do? He didn't have nobody. So he made the decision to go out with the homies, to fill that void, to have somebody just to be around. And this is what the homies were doing that day. And this was his fate. And I mean, like, this is a crash summary. There's a lot more to it. And like I said, I know his family a little bit, so I know a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But on that day, imagine this. Imagine on that day, Dante would have called and said, Mr. Hill, I just don't want to be in the house by myself. Can I hang with you?
Mm-hmm.
Whole life would have been different.
Everything would have been different. So that's kind of one of those things that I was gonna lead into. What do you do when your child says, "Hey, I joined the gang"?
Man, if my child joined the gang, I would feel real bad because I've already before I had my son. So my child was 100% planned. This was all strategic. It wasn't no slip up. This was a plan. Like, we're gonna have this child, we're gonna have this life, and this shit's gonna be fucking perfect. And that's how it is. All right, it's perfect. Okay.
Right.
Niggas sitting here like, yeah, that was their first mistake.
Right. Definitely.
Hey man, no, I did it right. Let me tell you. Here was my thing. I never wanted kids, ever, because I didn't feel like I was fit to parent, because I came from fucked up parents. So I was like, if y'all my only example, I ain't doing this shit, because this kid gonna be fucked the fuck up. So I never wanted kids. And then as I got older, I started to realize how I can take control of my own things, and that I wasn't just the shadow of what I come from. So that's how that all came about. But with my son, we're building a community of people where he has those outlets. So I want him to know, like, he knows that I'm doing this podcast right now. He knows that I'm doing it with my friend, Mr. Ty. He's 3 and he knows what's going on. He was playing on the microphone earlier when I started setting up.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah, but I want him to know that the people that I bring around are people that he can rely on at some point. I wouldn't talk to, there's no one that I've brought into his life that he has to question. So fast forward 10 years from now, Quest is 13, and you see him out, hey man, I know your mother. Mr. Todd can talk, hey Todd, you know what? You can help him on this path that ain't for me. You got that. I trust you. Here goes some lunch money. I'm a cash app y'all, do your thing. Because I understand that there's a lot of things that I'm not familiar with. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for me, I would feel like I dropped the ball if my child joined a gang, because I'm trying to be so intentional on him knowing life. Like, we don't live in Gilmore Homes, but he has cousins in Gilmore Homes. He hang out with them. He know what it is. He understands that these kids, we play like this here. When we go to my mom pop-up house over here, we don't play like that. Like, he gets it. He's learning that balance, and I want him to understand all sorts of the world and understand that people are people, not their issues. And like I have
say that one more time. People are people. Do that again.
Oh no, yeah, people are people and they're not their issues. So I want him to really see that. Like, I have people in my life that sell drugs. I don't sell drugs. I have people in my life that use drugs. Again, I don't use drugs. But I've sat in a room with people bagging up, and I'm like, damn, if the police come, I'm definitely going to jail, because I probably should be sitting here right now. But these are my people, and we hanging, and I didn't do it. Like, I'm not going to tell you who did it, but I didn't do it. But that, like, to answer your question, that's my thing. I would feel bad if my son did that, because I'm trying to build him around that.
All right. What about you, Berger? You miss you don't hit your kid.
I not yet. But
nigga, they 13 now. Nigga, they about to fucking start hitting you. Nigga, you try the wrong fucking move.
Shit.
So What do you
Honestly,
say when your kid comes to you and say that he's in a gang or she's in a gang? Because I think people forget how big women parts of the gang is.
yeah, I would honestly be disappointed in myself. I would feel like a failure because I know the reasons why I did it, and like I said, I strive to give my kids, the best life or and instructions and guidance of what I didn't have. So
Mm-hmm.
for them, to come to me like, yo, dad, I'm in a gang, whatever, it was like I would be like I said, I would be disappointed in myself, but I will understand, you know what I'm saying? And I really can't fault them because I was in the gang, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't that type of hypocrite, whereas though like, yo, telling you like, hey, not to do this, not to do that, or, I'm gonna be disappointed in you and I did the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I wouldn't, be that I won't be that guy, but I would just like do my best to be there for them and see if it's anything that I can do to make them feel differently about their choices that they made. And if not, then just pray for them. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has their own identity, and hopefully one day, we can they can move past that chapter of their life. You know what I'm saying? If they
Mm-hmm.
don't fall victim to jail or fucking the 6 feet under. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically where it's going to go to eventually. You know what I'm saying? Either you're gonna be dead in the ground or being locked up more than
Yeah.
likely 90% of the time. Luckily, I was one of the ones that was lucky enough to get away from that without going to jail or still being alive to this day. But shit, I escaped going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Just being smart on my end because I've never been a dumb guy, and I'm not a follower. I'm definitely a leader, but I'm smart too. Like, yeah, I'm part of this brotherhood, this organization, but nigga, I'm a man first at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and ain't nobody gonna fucking put me in no trick bag. If I do some dumb shit, then I did some dumb shit. Whatever
Yeah.
decisions I made along my life, then yeah, that's what I made. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody gonna fucking go tell me to go do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And this is not benefiting me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
so yeah, that's just where I'm at with it. Like I said, I would just be disappointed in myself. Like, damn, like where did I go wrong? But you gotta understand though, at the same time, like everybody is their own individual, and everybody gonna
How
make
do
their
you
own decisions.
not to cut you off, but how do y'all fix y'all disappointment? I mean, Essence was disappointed. You was disappointed. I mean, what are y'all about to do right now? Y'all about to go try like what's next?
No, I
What
mean,
what do we do? What do we do? Because I think all of us are put inside that reality. Because I we have to first of all realize that oh man, we have so much. These kids are impressionists. How is this said?
Oh, impression.
impressionable.
Yeah.
Impressionable. You feel me? They're so impressionable. But we have to also realize you aren't the only one that's giving them input. You
Yeah.
aren't the only one giving into their life.
Right.
This is like what I was just now saying with Essence. Like, Johnny was fucking he had those 8 hours that he was at home, but he had 16 hours outside of the home. You feel me? Versus Demonte, who had 16 hours outside the home. Whatever the fuck it was. I've
Yeah.
been drinking a
Right.
lot.
Right.
Whatever the fuck
Right.
it was.
No.
Um, y'all know what I'm trying to say, but
Yeah.
what do we do? And I think one of the biggest things that we touch on today, and I also want to ask y'all, you feel me? We're actually over our time. Are y'all okay with 10 more minutes? Can we get a fans
No,
10
we
more
good.
minutes? The listeners,
Yeah. I'm
I'm
good.
We good.
okay. I'm sorry,
I mean,
listeners.
we
I keep
talking
fucking
shit.
yeah. It gets when it's a good conversation because this is important. You feel me?
Yeah.
I apologize for saying fans because I fucking hate that word. You're not my fan. You're not their fan. You're nobody's fucking fan. You are a listener. You're part of our family over here at the Cause Face Up podcast. So,
Wait a minute, hold on,
go ahead.
because people making money on OnlyFans. So if y'all want to be fans, I'm fine with being fan. I could use the extra money.
They had to sign directs and shit.
Don't nobody want to see that nipple with Quest hanging from it, yo.
Somebody want. Hey, Ty. Somebody want to see it.
That's right. Somebody want to see it. Yeah, I need that person. I need like
niggas is paying big
Quest
bucks.
too fucking old for that nipple now, yo. Stop.
Somebody into everything, man.
So what do we do though? Like where all right, where do we failed? Because we have failed. No matter how good we raise our children, we have failed as a generation.
All right, hold on.
How do we fix it?
I don't call it failing. So I was out with a friend last night, and we were talking. She's hella educated. She got a PhD and masters and all this shit. She got a lot of that, right? Why you pulling so slow? All right, so look.
Because I don't want to make noise on the microphone.
Oh damn. No, she got all this education, right? And she said her child has to go to college straight out of high school. You go through grade school, you go straight to college, the end, that is the story, it's no question. So I said to her, what if your child doesn't want to go to college? What if they honestly and truly don't want to? She went off. It's unacceptable. They got to go to college. You go straight to college. So to answer your question, because all that, I was sitting there like,
I just ran away. I'm not even her fucking child. I just ran away.
Yeah, like,
why is
college so important?
You are one of the smartest people I know, but you killing me right now. But to answer your question, the point is, our children are their own people. All we can do is guide them. We can tell them, hey, son, don't join the gang. I tried it, wasn't the best life. But if they need to taste whatever that is that they're looking for, that's going to be their path. Now, right. I'm going to support my child. Like, hey, how are your gang friends doing? Ma, stop asking me that. I want to know, y'all shooting people? What's popping? Like, oh, I saw the news. I got shot.
That's what my mother used to do.
Hey,
like,
y'all serious?
Nah, dead ass. She used to be on some funny shit, but she used to be serious too. Like, so what's up with the gang shit today? Yo, Ty, do you remember this one this one year around Halloween where they said a bunch of bloods was going around shooting women and shit? You remember that year?
Yeah, I do.
Yo, I swear, like, everybody called me. My mother called me like, yo, what the fuck going on? This and that. They are like, niggas was so mad at me. I'm like, bruh, these young niggas, yo. Like, this was
before us. Because that was that was before a time that people realized the sections of the gang.
Yeah,
niggas
right.
put everything under blood.
Exactly. They just
everything was red, and it was all that was a less understood time of gangs. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I'm dying laughing because both of y'all got the same mind state as far as what's the name? How's your gang friends doing?
Yeah. What's going on?
Big Red's okay?
Yeah. What's going on?
Me personally, man, I'm not for it, man. Fuck. I am put into situations, and I was put into those situations as I was teaching. You feel me? And any nigga that knows me, knows the way my attitude and my mental is kind of set up. I'm willing to die for things that I believe.
Yeah.
I have students that I have stepped in the middle of what it is. Like, nigga, I'm willing to die for this right now.
Right.
You know, and it wasn't no tough shit because I don't believe tough shit exists. I believe stupid decisions exist and smart decisions exist. I don't believe in tough shit. You feel me? And a lot of times people consider stupid decisions as tough, nigga. It's a lot of intelligent, tough fucking people. You feel me? So that shit it doesn't make sense to me. So what I'm gonna say is, I've stepped in the middle of neighborhoods I am not known in, neighborhoods I have no business being. You feel me? Around people that have way more rep than me. You know, it was a time in life I had people around me that was willing to do whatever. And nigga, we grown now. And I'm stepping inside these communities with people that are the age that I was when I had that type of representation. And nigga, I know right now, and I'm talking to you face to face, I know you got 10 niggas out here that want to kill me just to prove that they are who the fuck they are to you. I can't see a kid going down a bad road without speaking up. So I have to jump in there. I have to let them know, and it, not saying that it's right, because a lot of times we consider personal perspective or personal opinion or personal choice as right or wrong. And that's not fucking, life is not that fucking simple. It's not a right and a wrong. Essence chose to go this way. Burger chose to go this way. Ty chose to go this way. They all were fucking right paths. It just was my path, her path, his path. My path personally, man, I got to step up. No, what the fuck do you mean you in the game? You ain't in the gang, motherfucker, nigga. How you get out the game? Oh. That's what we got to do. We got to do to get out the game, because now I'm in it. I'm too invested. Yeah. I think I just now realized I'm way fucking too invested. I'm in it with you. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out this game. And
Yo, you don't feel like being that way would make your child want to get in it more?
No, I gotta fill with void, and it may. But I gotta fill the void. I gotta figure out what my void was that was missing. What are you missing?
I feel you. I said the same thing, but like,
I'm gonna tell you this. All right, so niggas rock one way, right? Niggas rock a certain way to have a certain protection. I got a lot of homies in the streets. I mean, Burger, we all from the same community.
Yeah.
I got a lot of
friends.
Exactly. Understand this. If I want a nigga hit, I'm calling my father.
Yeah.
Point fucking blank.
You say your father?
My father gonna rock. Exactly. My father is a blue. What the fuck? I don't know if the collar is blue. If it's not like professional. My father, I don't know what collar it is, but whatever collar it is, you feel me? My father works a 9 to 5. He's a law-abiding citizen. You feel me? But guess what?
Yeah.
My father gonna rock how I rock, and vice versa. And not to say I got a better father than other people. I love my father. I think he's the greatest ever. You should love yours. Well, who the fuck ever? Your uncle, your cousin, whoever.
You got a better father than most people. Because a lot of niggas' fathers ain't like nigga.
Yeah, I mean, but
listen.
what I'm saying is we all we have certain people in our life, so we rock the way. Me and my father has just built a certain friendship.
Yeah.
You feel me? And nigga, we first of all like when I'm talking, we are the biggest head butters. Like nigga, we butt heads all day. Like it's been times fuck you, get the fuck out my car. I'm like, fuck you, I'm out. I ain't say fuck you, but I'm because he be listening to shit. I ain't say fuck you, but I was like, I'm out. Fuck it.
Right.
But I'm over boisterous. I'm over emotional. I have to interact. I have to intervene. It's one thing if I get my ass whooped for intervening. It's one thing if I fail at the intervening. But I have to. I have to speak up. So for the little, for my young homie, and he could vouch on this. You feel me? I'm hoping that he listens. All my IG page is filled up with nothing but former students, and I'm hoping he listened. You feel me? Because he know how I felt. I say, who out here? He's like, what you mean? It was one of these niggas. And it wasn't no on tough shit because, first of all, I'm not bulletproof. I die like the rest of the people die. You feel me? Like, I just hope sometimes my heart shows through this mouth and you be like, oh, he's just sincere. Don't kill me, gangsters. But, like, I have to speak on it. I have to tell them, like, yo, nah, my nigga, like, this isn't the path. And I have to show them the other path that they can take. I have to show them this exists. You know, it's a lot of times that you grew up, you didn't even know certain things existed. You thought that you wanted to be XYZ because you didn't know fucking elemental P existed. Like, you didn't know. So it's my duty, it's my job to tell them, like, yo, nah, nigga. Like, all right, I understand. Your road seems like it's an ABC road. And you're choosing B. But guess what, my nigga? There's other alphabets out here, my nigga. Like, let's get to it. And that's why I say it's so important. And you don't want to take the failed our community. I take the failed my community sometimes because I need to speak up. I need to be more present. I need to be more available. This community is not just a child that I made. This community is filled with other children that other people made that they aren't able to do the right thing by. And if we all fill in a little bit of that void, I think that we can actually make the fucking community better. But we got to fill in the void. It's got to be people willing to do it. Yeah. But a lot of people ain't willing.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people are willing, but they need direction. So I've had people say to me, I want to volunteer. All right, great. What do you want to do? All right, now I gotta make some shit up for you to do. You know what I'm saying?
No, you got an able body.
But
Imagine if you in war, Essence. Imagine you in war. You in war, like you at war, like nigga, you at the front line, and you got a nigga run up on you, be like, yo, Essence, what you need me to do? Get this nigga a gun. Let him go fucking fend for it. Nigga, go shoot.
So
I don't need shit but you to shoot, nigga. Shoot. You die, fuck it. That could have been me.
Right, but my thing, so when it comes to kids, okay, when it comes to people working with kids, whether it's recreation center or in school or whatever you want to call it, people come in and they honestly and truly don't know what to do. Like they ain't never been in 8th grade before. Like, so, but this is my experience. People come in and they sit there and they like, well, what should I do? Well, what should I say? So what I started doing is when I have these volunteer times where people can come in, I'm like, hey, you're gonna do this, and I start assigning them stuff to do. But like I said, a lot of people do want to do something. I have people cash at me, Miss Essence. I want to do something, but I don't know what to do. I'm gonna cash at you. All right, bet. I'm gonna go to Target. I'm gonna go. You know, I buy these kids lunch. Like I'll do things like that. And that's why I like what I do so much, because people around me know that I'm gonna do something positive. So if you can't do nothing else, take some money, you know, whatever it is, and I got you. And I give people receipts. Like, this is what I spent your money on. I want you to know, you know, just so that people are comfortable. You know, and that's honestly why I really want to get into my own organization, because I've done all this work for everybody else. I've done work for different organizations, school district, this, that, and the third. But I kind of want to build my own thing a little bit, and that's kind of something I'm working on. But no, people want to do, they just don't know what to do or how to do. And to your point, Ty, growing strong men is a valuable asset. So how you said you don't really have time, this and that, I know that at home you're growing strong men. So in theory, you're breaking generational curses by itself, because you're growing these strong men that won't have to do the gangs, the drugs, the baby mama, all the other stuff that fucks up the community. So that's something. So give yourself that much credit. Don't say you're not doing anything. You're doing something. It's just not what you want to do right now. And that's just right now. Like, you did it last year, and then you'll be able to do it next year. It's just, it's a different.
I think it's just not an off time. It can't be an off time. It's man, we got to be active. We got to be active. And I love that you have people that, it is, man, because life is fucking busy.
But you got a whole wife. You taking care of a family. Like you know what I mean. You nurturing the wife side. You got the children side.
I just want y'all to come to my. I think I shoot so hard because I want y'all at my funeral. I mean, literally when it happens, you know, I'm hoping it's 80 years from now, 80 plus. Let me put 80 plus on that motherfucker. But reality, man, I work hard and I strive hard because I don't want to let people down. I've been let down by my heroes. I've been let down by people that were supposed to be there. I want to provide that safe haven. That's why I respect what you did. You know, when we talked about the podcast prior to me wanting you on here. I wanted you on here once I saw you speak by yourself. I was like, wow, my nigga, like she's rocking. Like she ain't giving a fuck how they feel, because this isn't a show about how they feel. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I'm gonna tell you this. My listeners have enough, or if you feel as bad about what I'm saying as you want to, bring that shit to me and I'll bring you on the show. But other than that, I don't give a fuck how you feel, because everybody has feelings. Emotion is everybody. You feel me? That shit runs rampant. So I like to see that a person that could talk and speak up for themselves and things of that sort. So my opinion on the community, and it might not be right, we have to invest more than money.
Yep.
More than a Facebook post. We have to invest time. And although you might feel as though me not knowing what I want to do, I'm coming in there to Miss Essence or Bergen and saying, look, I don't know what I want to do, but I'm here. Nigga, what is it? Able body?
Yeah.
An able body is everything, my nigga. Because understand this, we're building a wall. We're building a wall. So if these children are behind this wall, an able body is one less fucking area that the enemy cannot fucking come through. Just stand there, my nigga. That's all I need right now. Yeah. Just stand there. Be there, because your presence is known. Your presence is important. You know, this nigga, you might not never talk to Lil Devontae. What the fuck was his name? DeBra? What the fuck was his name?
I don't know.
DeBra. She called the nigga DeBra and shit. It's DeBra University. You might not never talk to DeBra University. You feel me? But understand this. He see your ass there.
Yeah.
He saw you Monday. He saw you Wednesday. He saw you. Fuck it. We understand life is hard. He saw you Monday. Ain't see you again till next month. Guess what? He's realizing, man, your bird is gonna be here at least once a month. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
It's important. It means so much. So I'm an exit on that, man. When you have these situations in the community, make sure you become a presence. That's my opinion. Become a presence. That's what they need. They need somebody that's here, that's willing to fill a gap, a void that isn't being filled somehow. And that's my opinion. I want to thank my two co-hosts today. You two was wonderful. This is probably one of my longest broadcasts. You two was wonderful. I appreciate y'all, man. Essence, tell them where they can, tell them what you do in the community and where they can get to talk to you at and reach you at.
Yes. So I am Essence. I'm Essence Smith on Facebook. I never changed my married name. My married name is Essence Nelson. But I'm Essence Smith on Facebook. That's the best way to get me. I can be found at Green Street Academy. I'm heavily rooted in West Baltimore, but that's my story. I'll tell y'all that some other time. If anybody has anything to offer, so if you want to volunteer, if you want to come and check out kids, helping out any way, whatever you got, I can take it. So there's a lot of high school kids that be getting pregnant. They be needing stuff. I work with the internship coordinator, so we have a lot of kids that don't know how to dress for success. So if you have any dress clothes, suits, slacks, blouses, whatever, ties, you need ties. Can one of y'all teach me how to tie a tie? I asked my husband and he keep laughing at me.
Yo, I have a fucking, oh my goodness. So I have a fucking non-profit that's geared towards that.
Okay. Yeah.
So we need to rap on that. You know, me and you talk, you feel me? It's called Beat of My Own Drum.
Okay.
And it was, the whole object of it was to teach shit that men should know.
Yes. So the problem,
holla at me.
The problem I have, I'm a woman, but I'm involved with a lot of young men through my work. And it's some shit that I can't help men with. And so that's when I call on my brothers and I'm like, hey, I need some help. I got a young boy that needs some help. You got to help me because I don't know what to do. So I've done a lot of that. But like I said, you can find me on any social media. Essence Smith is what I'm under. Hit me up, text me, call me, whatever you need to do. Anybody want to volunteer, whatever, I'm there. I can help out. If anybody knows Ty, you want to do a mutual thing, look, Ty, no, you hit me up, I respond. It don't matter what time it is. So, yep, that's me.
Yep, I appreciate it. And Burger, tell them where they can reach you at, because you do a lot of positivity, and I don't know if we actually, I know we didn't. I know we spoke on the gang shit, but it's real important to let them know that you are an able body that has been doing a lot for the community also. Where can they reach you at, brother?
You can reach me at Big Burger 410 on Instagram, or Anthony, better known as Burger, on Facebook. Right now, I'm just like willing to mentor young teenage boys. If they need someone to talk to, some type of guidance or anything, you can just reach out to me. Not the best father in the world, but I could try to be a listening ear, or a positive reinforcement for the young males out here. So I have a lot of knowledge, book smart and street smart. So yeah.
And that's what it is, man. Look, this is episode number 12 of the Cards Face Up podcast. I thank you all for tuning in. Keep in mind, you can listen to us everywhere podcasts are streamed. Any and everywhere, we are there. Also, we have visuals now on all YouTube platforms. Go and watch the kid. You understand? This is your host, Mr. Ty Hill, a.k.a. Fuck Your Opinion, because my opinion is more important. No, I'm just joking. Everybody matters. Love y'all, man. Have a great fucking week. Thank y'all. Have a blessed one.